top aviation experts probing the mystery of Flight MH have identified a probable crash site that they say warrants a new ocean floor search. They believe the Malaysia Airlines jet flew miles past Indonesia before crashing into the South Indian Ocean. Victor Ianello, who assisted officials during a previous search, said there are better than even odds that the missing passenger plane is within nautical miles of the potential impact site. Pieces of the Boeing plane have washed up on coastlines in the western Indian Ocean in the months or even years after it vanished with people on board while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. No official explanation has been given, and it remains one of the world's greatest aviation mysteries. Go Phoenix and Ocean Infinity already searched portions of the recommended search area. Other than the previously searched portions, some of the data is either missing or of low quality due to the challenging terrain of the seafloor. Before searching, the existing sonar data in that vicinity should be re-examined to ensure that the debris field was not misclassified. To determine the highest probability flight path, Ianello and the other experts, Bobby Ulick, Richard Godfrey, and Andrew Banks, developed a model that looked at everything from military and civilian radar to fuel data and drift analysis of MH debris that washed up thousands of miles away. The experts have published a technical report to guide the next search for a debris field on the southern Indian Ocean floor. They believe the plane flew west of Banda Aceh, on an Indonesian island, after it was turned around en route to China and flown back across Malaysia. The experts suspect MH then flew south for several miles before crashing and disintegrating in the Indian Ocean, west of Australia, last year as they held a remembrance ceremony on the 6th anniversary of the disappearance. Relatives of the people on board called on Malaysia to revive efforts to find the plane. Grace Nathan, whose mum was on board the plane, is among the family members calling for the search to resume. She said in a statement, "We believe that unless the plane is found we will not know what happened or why it happened. And therefore we will not be able to prevent it from happening again." Ghislaine Waterlows, whose wife Lawrence, and two of his children, Hadrian and Ambry, were on the doomed jet, echoed those calls as well. He urged Malaysia to reveal what happened to the doomed plane, saying, "We cannot accept what they are telling us. We cannot just say, yes, this plane has disappeared." Malaysia, China, and Australia ended a 2-year, multi-million-dollar underwater search in January after finding no trace of the plane or passengers on board. Ocean Infinity, an American marine robotics company with bases in Austin, Texas, and Southampton, Hampshire, was contracted by the Malaysian government to carry out an underwater search on a no-cure, no-fee basis. It meant Malaysia would pay the firm millions if they found the plane. Unfortunately, the search was fruitless. One expert said, based on the contractual conditions of the last search, a new search would be contingent on both the willingness of a private company to assume the financial risk of not finding the debris field and the willingness of Malaysia to offer a reward if the debris field is found. The only private company that I am aware of has the expertise, resources, and willingness to consider this arrangement is Ocean Infinity. He later said, pieces of confirmed or suspected debris have been found on Reunion's French in Mozambique and Madagascar's coastlines. Unfortunately, the timing and location of that debris are unlikely to provide additional information about the jet's impact point. The longer the debris is afloat, the harder it is to use drift models to relate the debris to a particular impact point along the arc. Mr. Ianello is a member of the independent group, the leading non-government analysis team looking into the disappearance of MH370. The same group also helped Australia search for missing planes. After analyzing all the known evidence, he suspects the plane was deliberately turned around and flown over the sea until it crashed. A truly terrifying thought for the unfortunate passengers aboard the jet. The crash expert said, "I won't speak for other IG members and other collaborators. I believe the evidence points to a deliberate diversion by the crew rather than an accident sequence or diversion by passengers. The leading theory is that Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah hijacked the plane and deliberately crashed it into the ocean in a carefully planned mass murder-suicide. A true tragedy. Officials had a suspicion that the pilot, who flew a similar path on his flight simulator at home, was clinically depressed." In July, Malaysia's official report said Boeing's controls were likely deliberately manipulated to take it off course. But investigators could not determine who was responsible. The report also highlighted mistakes made by air traffic control persons present when the plane went missing over 6 years ago. Investigators stopped short of offering any conclusions about what happened to MH370, saying that depended on finding the lost plane. Malaysia's government said it would consider resuming the search only if credible new evidence is found. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Transport said, "The government of Malaysia reiterates that the aspiration to locate MH370 has not been abandoned. Should credible new information emerge which can be used to identify the specific location of the aircraft, consideration will be given in determining future search operations and re-establishment of the investigation team." In February, Ocean Infinity Chief Executive Officer Oliver Plunkett told Reuters that no new search is imminent. Still, the firm continues to engage with experts to identify where any new search might be launched. He later said, "The Malaysian government, rightly in our view, set a high bar before they will engage in discussion." Thank you for watching our free video. If you liked it, make sure to click the like button for more videos in the future.